JBN, we keep you informed. Two men shot, one fatally in St. Thomas. A man is dead and another seriously injured following a gun attack in Poor Man's Corner in Yala, St. Thomas on Monday evening. The deceased has been identified as 37-year-old Carlton Holding, otherwise called Kiki, a fisherman of Tennessee Lane in Yallas. The police say about 7:45 p.m. Holding was sitting with friends at a bar in Ghetto Lane when a gunman approached from behind and opened fire, hitting him several times in the head. He died on the spot. Another man was also shot and injured and was taken to the Princess Margaret Hospital, where he was admitted in serious condition. The gunman fled the scene. Bodies of two men found in Brownstown. The St. Ann police are probing the shooting death of two men whose bodies were found in the Minyard Heights area of Brownstown in the parish on Monday night. The deceased men have not yet been identified. Preliminary reports are that sometime after 8 p.m., the bodies of the men, which had gunshot wounds to the head, were found in Minyard Heights. Investigators believe that the men were taken to the area and killed. The police are trying to gather clues to solve the latest killing to rock the parish. Police hunt for men who fatally stabbed a bus driver in Portland. The Portland police have intensified their efforts to bring to justice men who they believe stabbed a popular bus driver to death at his home in Long Road, Portland on Sunday afternoon. The deceased man has been identified as 44-year-old Horace McFarlane, otherwise called Froggy. He became the 9th murder victim in the Eastern Parish this year. Reports are that about 2:20 p.m., men attacked McFarlane at his home and stabbed him multiple times to the upper body. Residents who heard the bus driver screaming went to investigate and found him lying face down on his veranda in a pool of blood with multiple stab wounds. The police were alerted and McFarlane was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead on arrival. The police have confirmed that two persons of interest are being questioned in relation to the killing and have urged eyewitnesses to come forward to help them to close the case. Fatal crash in Westmoreland. Derek Hall of Logwood District in Westmoreland died from injuries he sustained in a crash on the Linders Hill Main Road in the parish on Monday. The Return police said that about 6:17 p.m. Hall was walking along the road when he was hit by a Toyota Coaster bus. The police were summoned and was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The police say the driver of the coaster bus has been warned for prosecution. St. Ann man charged following gun and ammunition seizure. The authorized police have arrested and charged one man in relation to the seizure of one firearm and several rounds of ammunition during a search of a motor vehicle on Monday. He is 41-year-old Ricky Sams of Upton, St. Ann. The police report that about 12:30 p.m., in furtherance of a robbery investigation, the Caribbean Search Center was contacted and a motor vehicle that was seized in connection with the probe was searched. During the search, a Walter P99 pistol with a magazine containing 15 9mm rounds of ammunition was seized, according to the police. Sams was subsequently arrested and charged for illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. His court date is being finalized. Another dog attack. A 26-year-old woman who was attacked by dogs in her Fair Prospect community in East Portland last month is demanding compensation from the owner after stating that the incident has not only left her traumatized but seriously injured. Natalya White, a volunteer at the Seaview Basic School in the parish, in an interview last week, said she was on her way home with her 3-year-old nephew when two dogs, one of which was a pit bull, attacked her. The incident occurred shortly after 3 p.m. on September 25. I was coming into the scheme where I live, me and my nephew. I was taking him home from school and the dog attacked us. I saw them moving towards us and the pit bull was angry, so I tried to protect him and push him behind me so I could get all the damage. However, he's traumatized because in the night he can't see properly and stuff, White explained. The woman said both dogs rushed from a neighbor's house, which had no fence or gate, and pounced on her before bringing her to the ground. At that time, she said she was only able to use the bag she was carrying to shield herself while kicking and screaming for help. Her nephew wailed while witnessing the assault on his aunt. I was so frightened. I wasn't sure if this was really happening to me. I was there crying out for help and I was just praying in my mind, a tearful White continued, noting that the ordeal lasted for what seemed like 10 minutes. Bloodied and battered, she said it was only after the mongrel stopped biting suddenly that the pit bull also backed off. I tried getting up, but it was really hard, but I had to. Me grab my nephew and run back up the road. That's when a gentleman told me he was working on a building close by, and he might hear me a scream and a cry for help, and he was coming. He saw that I was in shock, but the dogs were still there like following me, and he used a stone to scare them off. Another lady said she heard somebody crying out from inside her house, and she came out to see if she could help. After that, my mom too took me to the doctor to get some shots and medication. We went up back to the owner's house to let them know what happened, the woman stated. She said that she sustained injuries to parts of her hands and feet. On my left hand, I have 2 bites on my hand, and if I try to do certain things, it pains me. On my right foot, the dog, the pit bull, bite me, and when I stand up, it's pure pain. And the inside, there's a hole left from the attack. The flesh was taken out. Because I fell, both my knees are hurt as well, White said. When we went, the owner was not there, but we spoke to his wife, who said he would not be home until the weekend. So when he came Saturday evening, he said he saw messages in our community WhatsApp group that a pit bull and another dog had attacked someone in the community, White shared. She said despite this, nothing has been done by the owner to assist her. She also said that a formal report was lodged at the Castle Comfort police station, but was repeatedly told that there is nothing the police could do. I made my report and I have my receipt, but they said they cannot do anything because it is a civil matter, so I should take it to the court to get some form of compensation. They didn't have any vehicle to come the day it was reported, but they came the next day and verified that the attack happened. All this has made me sad and terrified of the dogs. I would like some compensation for the damage that was inflicted on me. I never expected this to happen to me. I feel so sad and in pain. I feel afraid and I need to cover my medical bills, said White. The 1877 Dog Liability Act addresses the civil liability of dog owners. According to the Act, the owner of every dog shall be liable in damages for injury done to any person or cattle or sheep by his dog. Additionally, the Act says damages shall be recoverable in any court of competent jurisdiction by the person injured or by the owner of such cattle or sheep killed or injured. Persons are prohibited from importing pit bull terriers into the country. Last month, a St. Richard's primary school teacher was viciously attacked by pit bulls. The attack, which occurred on September 20, left the grade 6 teacher with serious wounds. She remains in hospital. Last August, of 66-year-old Witton Cole, he was attacked by 4 dogs in Hampton Green on July 21. Cole was walking in the community about 12:45 a.m. when he was attacked at the intersection of Grants Crescent and Loxley Avenue by dogs believed to be pit bulls and Rottweilers. He died at hospital. Several government ministers have said they would review legislation on dangerous dogs. To date, this has not happened. Stray cows putting motorists' lives in danger on the Temple Hall Main Road. Stray cows belonging to cattle owners with sprawling farms along the Temple Hall Main Road in St. Andrew have been causing nightmares for motorists who traverse the roadway after dark. There have been at least 2 near-fatal accidents in recent times caused by large black cows wandering onto the roads at night. The latest incident occurred last Tuesday about 6:30 p.m. after a motorist was rushed to the hospital following a collision with one of the animals. We only hear the impact, and when we go up on the scene, we see the driver badly injured and his Volvo, one of the old-time ones that him seemed to have been cherishing, mash up. Him did injury bad, and them took him to the hospital. We don't know him around here, so we don't know if him still hospitalized, one resident said. Angry at the incident, residents and other motorists who stopped at the scene resorted to butchering the cow on the scene. A regular the cows them stray and cause accident, and at that point, it didn't have no owner, so the people them help themselves and start butcher the cow. Everybody get a piece. The only thing left was the carcass and them light it, the resident said. In August, there were reports of 2 vehicle collisions reportedly caused by cows along the same main road. The Stony Hill and the Lawrence Tavern police say they have knowledge of both incidents. However, no official report has been made. It happens so often. Several people crash into the animals all the while. I have transported injured persons who crash into cows. People broke up and vehicles damaged. A policeman who did not wish to be named said when nearby farms were visited, no one was in sight, but the animals were seen in dilapidated pens, some of which were open. It's a busy thoroughfare connecting several parishes, and at nights it's dangerous. The cows are big and worse than black. The area is pitch dark, and the drivers won't see these cows until they are very close, too close, and there's not much that can be done to avoid the collision, the policeman further stated. Another resident from the nearby community said that they have been contending with the problem for years. It's no coincidence. In the past, it was even more frequent. It's a thing where you have to look out for, but it's not every motorist know the area. People just drive on the normal public road. There's no sign like look out for cattle, and from what I know, the original owners did sell out and his new farmers are raising the cow them now, the resident said while alluding to the on-site butchers last Tuesday night. The police say they have been unsuccessful in locating the cattle owners as no one has claimed ownership of the animals. Jamaica Agricultural Society JAS President Leonard Fulton said there is legislative provision to deal with stray animals. There are provisions in law provided by the parish council of each parish to safekeep stray animals at cost to the owners, and they are the persons under law who are authorized to take stray animals from the streets or animals that are on people's property that ought not to be there, and properly put them up and to levy a fee against the owner for those animals, he said. Fulton said the JAS receives complaints from time to time and refers persons to the mayor's office in the respective parishes for redress. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.